Today, we are here to celebrate the National Mathematics Day, which is celebrated every year on December 22nd to recognize the achievements of Indian mathematician Srinivasa Ramanujan, who was born on this date in 1887. Now, let's start our program by seeking the blessing of the God Almighty. For prayer, I invite Abin Kabir.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله رب العالمين الرحمن الرحيم مالك يوم الدين إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين اهدنا الصراط المستقيم صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين آمين.
It is said that a smile is a most wonderful way of welcome. For welcome speech, I invite Aisha Siddiq.
Education for me has no meaning unless it is the thought of God. Respected principal, honorable guests, teachers, and all my dear friends, peace be upon you. Today I am here to welcome you all to this program. First of all, I would like to welcome our beloved principal, Mr. Niyaz Chalkara. Welcome you, sir. Next, I would like to welcome our chief guest, who is mathematician by qualification and entrepreneur by spirit, Dr. Adul Nishal. We heartily welcome you, sir. Then I would like to welcome our Vice Principal Ambika ma'am and Academic Supervisor Safa ma'am. Welcome you, ma'am. Last but not least, I would like to welcome our lovable teachers and my dear brothers and sisters. Once again, welcome you all. Thank you.
Thank you. Without mathematics, there's nothing you can do. Everything around you is mathematics. Everything around you is numbers. Let us now welcome the man who doesn't need any introduction and known among all of us for his wisdom and his knowledge, our honorable principal, Mr. Niyaz Chalkara. May I invite our principal for his valuable words.
Peace be upon you. Respected teachers, dear students and parents, may the Almighty bless us all. 22nd December, birthday of greatest Indian mathematician Srinivasa Ramanuja, is observed as a National Mathematics Day that we all know. And this is Mathematics Day, and many students, many parents, many people are afraid of mathematics, and I don't understand the reason. I love mathematics, and as a student, it was the first subject in which I scored above 90 in all throughout my life. Maths was the first subject when I was in class 8, and it was like a surprise for me and my friends. So basically, I love mathematics, and I think maths is very exciting. And I was reading an article of Leeds University yesterday, and it says basically 3 reasons to study mathematics, why we should study mathematics. And first of all is Leeds University says that maths helps us understand the world. You might have all seen the movie Spadigam, in which the hero Mohanlal and his father Tilagan acted as his father, and Tilagan was a maths teacher, and as a student Mohanlal couldn't perform well in the subject, and there was a clash between father and the son. So, and in which the Chaco Mash, that's what his name was, and he says a lot of things about maths. World revolves around maths. That was one of them. So, as kids, we all used to quote the dialogue and talk to each other and all those things. And when I grew older, or when I became an adult, when I started living, and I understood the real life applications of mathematics. We cannot live without mathematics actually. When we count, when we go for shopping, we count money and give mathematics. when we compare things, mathematics. So a lot of things like that. So first reason to study mathematics is that helps us understand the world better. Second thing, and that's very important, math helps us to become a problem solver. Maths is all about problem solving, and we ask kids, students from maybe from Montessori to class 12, you get a lot of problems from teachers, and you break your head or work with your brain to solve those problems. Now when you practice that, pattern spotting or working backwards or visualizing or working systematically, and it helps us for logical thinking. These are all things that we achieve through mathematics. And the third main reason the Leeds University says is that it helps us to develop transferable skills like data analysis or organization of things, critical thinking, time management, communication, decision making. These are all things that we get while we deal with mathematics. So dear students, don't take maths as a demon that is going to ruin us, but take mathematics as a friend by the side, and it helps us live in the world better, to have connection, to use applications in our real lives. So think in that way, and in the knowledge of blended learning technological era, we see a lot of applications, apps, games to learn mathematics. Go to many websites and you'll get GeoGebra is one of them. So there are many actually, and you can see many YouTube videos that helps you learn mathematics better. If you go to Neha Agarwal's YouTube channel, Mathematically Inclined, you can see a lot of mathematics lessons in a very interesting, funny manner. So do use all these opportunities available to you, because older generation was not able to use or explore into these opportunities, and you are lucky to get a lot of opportunities, a lot of help you need to learn mathematics. And we have to pledge ourselves, I mean the students of Sir Syed have to take a pledge that by the end of this year, maths will no more be a difficult subject. Maths will no more be a tough task for our students. So take it in that spirit and start solving problems. Do a lot of brain gyms, play with riddles. This all helps you to nurture the skills required to live better in the world. And today's guest is Dr. Atul Nishchal. He is a great mentor of mine, and I have been associated with him quite a long time. And he is the founder director of ICCL, International Council for School Leaders. So they do a lot of programs. Every day we meet to discuss, every Friday we meet to discuss a lot of things related to school education. So I'm very happy that Atul sir has consented to be the guest of our program, and I wish all of you a very fast recovery from the pandemic situation. I urge all of you to be very safe and secure in your places and take care of your families too. Thank you and have a nice day.
Thank you, sir, for the inspiring words. It's a privilege to have Mr. Atul Nishchal with us in this program as our chief guest. He is a mathematician by qualification and an entrepreneur by spirit. He is driven by an intrinsic motivation to create, strategize, plan and execute innovative concept-based learning solutions ethically, effectively and efficiently. Over the last 21 years, he has gained deep insights and expertise in EdTech, in service teacher education and content development in K-12 space. He has been fortunate to have served, interacted and learned from top professionals in education and publishing industry in India, USA, UK and Ireland. I request Mr. Atul Nishchal to grace this program.
Assalamu alaikum. I thank Mr. Niaz for the opportunity to address you on the birth anniversary of Srinivasa Ramanujan. The Man Who Knew Infinity, Ramanujan's biography, is one of the most inspiring books I have ever read. I request all of you to read it or watch the movie made on the book. Let me share three messages from Ramanujan's life that may benefit you. Ramanujan used to often run away from his primary school, and his family had to hire a constable to make sure he attended school. He never got a college degree. He had no formal training in pure mathematics. Yet, he astounded the world of mathematics. He independently compiled nearly 3,900 results, most of which have now been proven correct. His groundbreaking theorems involved the kind of mathematical thought that no one had ever seen before. In fact, even 100 years after his death, researchers continued to discover profound mathematical results mentioned as comments in his writings. His work was opened entirely new areas of mathematics and inspired vast amount of further research. How did Ramanujan manage to reach the pinnacle of knowledge? Ramanujan encountered formal mathematics for the first time in secondary school. By age 11, he had mastered college level mathematics. By 13, he borrowed and mastered a trigonometry book and discovered sophisticated theorems on his own. He helped his school create a timetable to deliver differentiated learning to its 1,200 students. In school, he was taught how to solve equations of degree 3. He went one step ahead and created his own methods to solve equations of degree 4 and 5. When he was 16, Ramanujan obtained a book with 5,000 theorems in pure and applied mathematics. He studied this book in detail on his own. This book is credited with awakening the genius in Ramanujan. The first lesson from Ramanujan's life is to take control of your learning. COVID-19 pandemic has had a huge impact on all of you. You have not been able to attend school, but should your learning be dependent on your being able to attend school? Your school, teachers, friends, and families provide you with a very good support to learn. But learning is your responsibility. If you begin to believe this, your future will change. No one will be able to stop you from achieving true greatness, just like Ramanujan. If Ramanujan can develop in depth knowledge of mathematics from studying books in detail, you can also study books to learn anything you want. But don't just read books to pass tests. Instead, study these books to learn. Unlike Ramanujan, you also have access to digital content, including videos, podcasts, and presentations. If you have doubts, difficulties, or questions, ask someone. You're born in a digital world. You can use Google to find information. Write an email to any expert across the world. Learn to connect with others to enhance your learning. Unfortunately, Ramanujan developed his research in isolation. He tried to reach out to leading mathematicians to entrust them in his work. With no training of writing mathematical proofs, his results were often presented in unusual ways. His novel ways of interpreting mathematics was too unfamiliar for most mathematicians. So he never got a positive reply. In fact, most of his letters were not even acknowledged. But he did not give up. His persistence paid off. In 1913, he established communication with Hardy, who eventually invited him to Cambridge. The second lesson from Ramanujan's life is never be afraid of failure or rejection. Your real reward is knowledge and the ability to produce it. Accept the fact that many people will reject you, laugh at you, or doubt you. Failure should not dampen your resolve to learn. Ramanujan's life was never easy. His father worked as a clerk in a sari shop. His mother was a housewife who sang at a local temple. At the age of 2, Ramanujan survived smallpox that killed 4,000 people in the district. All his siblings died before their first birthday. He had to move from one city to another during his childhood because of financial constraints. After dropping out of college without getting a degree, he continued to pursue independent research in mathematics, even while living in extreme poverty and often on the brink of starvation. He found strength in God. He was deeply religious. He learned Hindu traditions and Puranas from his mother. She taught him to sing devotional songs, perform pujas, and to maintain a strict vegetarian diet. Ramanujan once said, "An equation for me has no meaning unless it expresses a thought of God." He believed that his mathematical knowledge was revealed to him by his family goddess. The third lesson you should learn from his life is to have faith in God. On the pursuit of knowledge, you may face a lot of hardships. During such times, continue to pursue your passion without compromising on your virtues, ethics, and moral standards. Celebrate Ramanujan's birthday. Celebrate mathematics. Celebrate knowledge. And above all, celebrate your hidden potential of achieving greatness. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir, for the motivating words. We really appreciate you taking out time for us from your busy schedule. Mathematics is, in its way, the poetry of logical ideas. We all know who Srinivasa Ramanujan is. He was a famous mathematician who hails from South India. Now, let's learn more about him with the help of our friend Hanna Riyadgan.
Peace be upon you all. My name is Hanna Riyadgan and today I would like to talk you all a few words about the great Indian mathematical genius Srinivasa Ramanujan. Srinivasa Ramanujan was an Indian mathematician known worldwide for his great contributions to the world of numbers, namely in number theory. He was born in a small village in India during the time of British rule. As a school student, he excelled in his subjects and were also good at memorizing numbers. It happened when Ramanujan was a high schooler. He found the book named Synopsis of Elementary Results in Pure and Applied Mathematics by G.S. Card. It helped him teach mathematics himself and to study the theorems and formulas encased in the book. Ramanujan, who was so curious, went beyond studying and researching the formulas and theorems in the book. Ramanujan, who did well in his school, got a scholarship to enter into the University of Madras. However, he had to drop out the second year because, with his compassion towards maths, he failed to concentrate on other subjects and hence failed exams. As a college dropout, Ramanujan was financially weak without a permanent job and was living under the influence of his friends. But he still continued his researches in his own notebook. It was at this time that Ramanujan met the great Indian mathematician Ramachandra Rao, who helped him by getting a clerkship at the Madras Port Trust. During this time, Ramanujan published his first journal. His friends asked him to write letters to the professors at Cambridge. Twice he wrote with no reply back. It was the third time that G.H. Hardy found him. Hardy, who enthusiastically wrote back to Ramanujan, not only made him happy, but also improved his economical status with a job promotion of research scholar from clerkship. Hardy asked Ramanujan to fly to England, where they started their collaboration that lasted for 5 years. They also published some other journals which later proved to be some of the important milestones in the discovery of prime numbers, Diophantine equations, transcendental sum numbers, and several other concepts too. He is also famous for the number 1729, also called as the Ramanujan number, which he found from the number plate of a taxi cab. It is the smallest number which can be expressed as a sum of two different cubes in two different ways. That is, the number is the cubes of 10 and 9. The cube of 10 is 1000 and the cube of 9 is 729. Adding both of them results in 1720. Hardy played an important role by encouraging Ramanujan so that he won't feel having regret about poor academic backgrounds. Finally, in 1916, Ramanujan got his Bachelor of Science degree by research from Trinity College, Cambridge. Later, he was elected a Fellow of the Royal Society, being the first Indian to get this honor. Ramanujan left behind some notes before his death which are still being researched on. His not officially bits of papers and books are still being under observation by authors to release a full module book. He returned to India and died at an early age of 32 in 1920. The country paid its tribute by setting up the college, Ramanujan College in Delhi. The Ramanujan Award given to young intelligent mathematicians is also in his honor. Thank you and have a great day.
Thank you, Hannah, for letting us know more about Ramanujan. Thank you. Now I invite Nuza for a speech on National Mathematics Day.
Mathematics is the most beautiful and most powerful creation of the human spirit. Peace be upon you all. Myself, Nuzha. I am here to deliver a speech on topic National Mathematics Day. Mathematics has always been a subject of extreme. The National Mathematics Day is celebrated on 22nd December, which is the birth anniversary of Srinivasa Ramanujan, an Indian mathematician born to change the future of maths. He was never formally trained in the subject, yet he became one of the greatest mathematicians of all time. The day is recognized to commemorate his greatness and contributions in the field of mathematics, like infinite series, number theory, mathematical analysis, etc. Mathematics arises from many different kinds of problems. At first, these were found in commerce, land measurement, architecture, and later astronomy. Today, all sciences suggest problems studied by mathematicians, and many problems arise within mathematics itself. Without mathematics, there's nothing you can do. Everything around you is mathematics. Everything around you is numbers. Thank you. Have a great day ahead.
Mathematics may not teach us to add love or subtract hate, but it gives us hope that every problem has a solution. Now, let's watch some amazing models made by our friends.
The Fibonacci sequence is a set of numbers like 0, 1, 1, 2, 3, 5, 8, 13, etc. The Fibonacci sequence appears in nature with a beautiful golden ratio. Let's see some natural examples.
drop. Like them and them no one go home. Sick with it, group drop.
Wow, that was awesome. We really appreciate you for your efforts. Mathematics is the music of reason. Now, let's see a small video about math and life. Introducing mathematicians, I invite Malavika.
Aryabhatta. Aryabhatta was the first of the major mathematician astronomer from the classical age of Indian mathematics and Indian astronomy. He worked on the place value system and also gave the formula A plus B whole square is equal A square plus B square plus 2AB. Brahmagupta. Introduction to the zero to the mathematics, which stood for nothing, was the biggest contribution of Brahmagupta. He also explained how to find the cube and cube root of any integer. Srinivasa Ramanujan. Srinivasa Ramanujan was one of the India's greatest mathematical genius. The number 1729 is known as the Hardy Ramanujan number. He made the substantial contribution to the number theory, infinite series, etc. Bhaskara, an Indian astronomer and mathematician, helped to disseminate the mathematical work of Aryabhatta. He was the one who declared that any number divided by 0 is infinite. C.R. Rao is a well-known statistician famous for his theory of estimation. The American Statistical Association has described him as a living legend. Euclid. Euclid was one among the famous mathematicians, and he was known as the father of geometry. His famous geometry contribution is referred to as the Euclidean geometry. Pythagoras. Pythagoras' theorem is very popular and an important formula to solve the mathematical problem. He discovered these prominent terms and he became the father of Pythagoras' theorem. Archimedes. Archimedes was a Greek scientist, a great mathematician and a physician. He also worked his entire life in such formulas that are related to physics. Thales of Miletus. Thales of Miletus was one of the most famous mathematicians from Greece. He was very skilled in geometry and used geometry as means to calculate the heights of pyramids and measure the distance of ships from the shore. Cleopatra. His algebraic equations are quite easy and unique. So, he was popularly known as the father of algebra.
Thank you. No event can end without a word of gratitude. I invite Shaja Zahir for delivering the vote of thanks.
Mathematics is the most beautiful and the most powerful creation in human spirit. I, Shaja Zahir, on behalf of Sir Sydney School and the entire fraternity of this institution. First of all, I extend my most sincere thanks to the Almighty God for making this event a resounding success. Next, I thank a special guest, Dr. Atul Paschal, who has despite his busy schedule and has found time to grace this occasion with us. Next, I extend my most sincere thanks to the respected Principal Sir, Mr. Niyaz Chirikara, Vice Principal, Ms. Ambiga Ma'am, and our Academic Supervisor, Ms. Safa Ma'am, for their unstated support for this function. I owe special gratitude to our teachers who have worked hard to make this event a memorable success. Last but not the least, I thank you, my friends, for your cooperation and your attention. Thank you, and a very happy Mathematics Day.
And once again, thank you everyone for being with us. Thank you.